Hey, my fellow toy enthusiasts, VatiWah here. Now, in the last video, I featured the Butter My V mod, which gives V an oily and sweaty skin texture.
And we're looking for 2 oil boys who can grease us up before each competition.
No need to have any oil boys around, right? Now, but having the shiny skin is kind of pointless if we kind of see it, because most of the time the lighting in CyberPunk is kind of lacking. You know, you could be surrounded by tall buildings that block the sunlight. The sun could be facing the wrong way. The light source is of a kind of a poor quality, or there is kind of a limited lighting when indoors. We have CyberLit by Hatti and Otis INF, and this is a highly customizable lighting mod that will allow you to illuminate anything or anyone in the game. So I will be showing you how to install the CyberLit mod and how to use some of the many features that is available. Now, first of all, you download the mod from the mod author's Patreon page, which I link below. After you download it, you open it, and then you make a folder anywhere. You know, it doesn't matter where. For me, I just placed mine on the desktop and named it CyberLit. Again, it doesn't matter what you name it, as long as you know what it is. Now, afterwards, you just extract everything from the zip file into the folder you just made. In order for the mod to work, you have to have the CyberPunk game running, and then you go back to the folder and click on the exe file. Now, after that, you click inject DLL, and it should say injection succeed, enjoy. Now, your antivirus might alert to something, but that's normal, it's okay. So, by the way, you have to inject the DLL every time you start up your game, your CyberPunk game. After that, you just go back to the game, and the hotkey to activate the CyberLit mod, the menu, is F4 on your keyboard. Okay, so let's go create some lights, shall we? So right here, there are 3 different types of light. We have point, spot, and area. Let me adjust some of the values and I will show you all 3 lighting briefly, but I will be focusing on one later on. Now, the point lighting places a light source that pretty much lights up everything around it in kind of a sphere. Now, and then we have the spotlight, which lights up a kind of a specific spot from one direction. The light source goes in one direction. And then the area, which is kind of like a larger version of the spotlight. We will focus mostly on the spotlight, mainly because, well, it's the one with the best control, and it's surprisingly the easiest one to use. Now, with the spotlight, I can rotate the light however I want. Wherever my camera is pointing, I can kind of move it around wherever. Now, I can change the color with this color palette right here, so I can choose the best color for the occasion or purpose, and the options are pretty endless with this color palette. Intensity is how bright the light is going to be. How intense it is, well, that's pretty obvious. Usually around 100 to 300 is enough for whatever purpose you're using it for. Now, the radius is how wide the lighting is, and down here you can kind of also adjust the softness, and the lower it is, the more solid and sharp the edge of the lighting is going to be. The inner and outer angle can be used to change the size of the light, and most importantly, it is also the inner and outer boundary if you're using a soft edge. So pretty much how fuzzy it is, how wide the fuzziness is. Now, yeah, there is still a lot of different settings, and there are 2 other lights that I don't really have time to fully explain, but yeah, you know, I tried my best. Hopefully this would help you guys get started. I will now show you how the CyberLit can be used for different things. I can have multiple lights set up at the same time. For example, I have 2 lights to illuminate these degenerates that are enjoying some brain dancing at Lizzie's bar. Now, I can toggle the lights on and off pretty easily, and also I can adjust the color, very basic, very easy as well. Or I can do some deeper editing of the light as well if I need it to be. Now, there is also another function, stick light to camera. So what this does is that it moves the light to wherever you bring up the CyberLit menu, so, well, you can kind of take the light with you, and also, by the way, it works for cutscenes pretty decently. It's not perfect, but it does work. So right here we have Judy in the Judy romance cutscene, and Judy looks so much better in this, so look at this right here. She no longer has that ugly blue light on her in the bathroom. Her skin is more natural and pretty in color. So, oh, by the way, when I select stick light to camera, it follows V around in the cutscene. I'm talking about the light. So, it might be a little bit too bright when Judy gets closer to V, but you know, it can't be perfect, right? So maybe next time I would lower the intensity. And oh yeah, now we can pretty much see anything and everything in the lighting, you know, with the lighting mod. You know, every nook, cranny, boobs, and penises. Yes, multiple. And of course, for my Patreon supporters, I can show much more of what is going on, if you guys know what I mean. And what I mean by that is, you know, in my not safe for work version of this video. Here are some before and after footage of using the CyberLit mod, just so you can see the obvious differences and whatnot. Now, it is a must-have mod for those that take a lot of screenshots in CyberPunk especially, or whatever. Now, for me, you know, when I do thumbnails, I usually need to find some good lighting, aside from, you know, finding a good background, finding, you know, the right NPCs to use, the right poses, just so I can tell a story. But anyways, now for Skyrim, you know, we had a facelight and magelight. Now, they were pretty good. I like using them, but I wish they were, you know, more customizable like a CyberLit. Now, I am also using a few different mods at the same time to make it better. You know, I like to use multiple mods at the same time to make, you know, everything work well. Now, I am using the third-person mod to see V in cutscenes, and also the free camera movement mod by Otis INF, so I can kind of move my camera wherever I want. Now, links for both can be found in the video description below if you're interested. I didn't really take that many fancy screenshots or footage yet. I am sure that thousands of you will be downloading this mod and, you know, using this mod to create some very awesome screenshots to show off. If you took some really cool or sexy ones with this mod, you know, send them to me on Twitter. I will post some of them in my next video and give the ones I picked a shout out. Links for everything is in the video description below. Anyways, that is it for the showcase of the CyberLit mod. Now, I hope I help you, you know, get started on how to install and use the CyberLit mod. Now, if you see any hot and sexy and new mods that you think I should feature, you know, let me know on Discord or Twitter or wherever. You know, I would love to feature them as soon as I can. Well then, stay sexy, my friends. Stay sexy.